Hello and welcome to Rathod's IAS. We are continuing this series of important topics for prelims 2024. So I am going to cover another 5 more schemes in this class. Okay. So schemes is very important and you can get around 2 to 3 questions directly from schemes in your examination. So don't underestimate the schemes. I am going to cover the schemes which are there in news from last 1 year. Okay. And later on we are going to see other topics and even other faculty will be taking like important topics from their respective subject point of view. Okay, so now let us see the schemes, and the first scheme we are going to see about PMJMAN. Okay, so PMJMAN. So this Janman scheme, it is about PVTGs, okay, particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So there are many important concepts which are present in this PMJMAN and you have to know that. So this PMJMAN scheme launched on 15th November 2023. That means, so this is very new scheme, right? So this scheme launched on this Janjatiya Gaurav Divas. And this scheme, it is focusing on 11 critical interventions and around 9 ministries are involved in this. Especially they want to focus on improving of socio-economic welfare of this particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Okay, so this Janman scheme is focusing on improving of socio-economic welfare of particularly vulnerable tribal groups. And what is the important objective of this PMJMAN scheme? It is to provide essential amenities, for example road connectivity, telecom connectivity, electricity, providing of housing, providing of clean drinking water, and as well as sanitation, and even you're focusing on to provide improved facilities like education, health, nutrition, sustainable livelihood opportunities. So all these areas this PMJMAN scheme is focusing. So you have to remember it has been launched in 2023 on this Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, and they are focusing on 11 important critical areas, and it is regarding the welfare of particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So these are very important points. And who are the beneficiaries? So government identified 75 tribal communities and primitive tribes. So their population is less, okay, like population of lakhs who reside in more than 22,000 villages in our country. And according to this housing component of this PMJMAN scheme, so they are going to provide 4.9 lakh Pakka houses, and for connectivity they are focusing on providing around 8,000 kilometers of road, and as well as installation of mobile tower in these areas where this particularly vulnerable tribal group people they are residing, and drinking water supply. So drinking water is very important, and government is planning to provide piped water supply for all particularly vulnerable tribal group habitations in our country. And not only this, they are also focusing on community water supply. So under this community water supply, government decided to provide 2,500 villages or habitations, the populations of less than 20 households. Also they are focusing on providing of community water supply. And Bandhan Vikas Kendras, so there will be like 15 to 20 tribal self-help groups, and these self-help groups they will collect and they will process minor forest produce, for example honey, tamarind, gum, etc. So in this way they are going to get some employment opportunities, and in this way they are going to get some income. And these self-help groups they are trained, and even they are given or they are provided with equipment and the required capital and marketing support as well, so that they can sell their produce with the higher prices, so that it will be helpful for income generation for this particularly vulnerable tribal groups. And apart from this Bandhan Vikas Kendras, so government is focusing even on health infrastructure. So there will be like 1,000 mobile medical units for 10 districts by the government, and even government is focusing on providing of education and as well as training to these people. Okay, especially they are trying to provide vocational training and as well as skilling of these people, especially 60 aspirational PVTGs blocks. Okay, so in this PVTGs block under this aspirational districts, so here training and education will be provided by establishing around 60 centers. And even in infrastructure, government is trying to provide multi-purpose construction of Anganwadi centers. And even in this renewable energy also, government is trying to provide solar off-grid system and solar lighting in the streets. And even government is focusing on ensuring of last mile electricity connectivity as well. So these are some important components under this PMJMAN scheme. And next important scheme here is Eanupaj Nidi platform. Yes, this is also very important. That is Eanupaj Nidi platform. So recently our Union Minister, that is Central Minister for Consumer Affairs, next Food and Public Distribution, and next one is Commerce and Industry and Textiles. They together launched this Eanupaj Nidi. So actually this Eanupaj Nidi, it is a digital gateway and is focusing on warehousing. Okay, it is a digital gateway of warehousing development and regulatory authority. Okay, so this is a digital gateway of warehousing development and regulatory authority. And the initiative with its simplified digital process, so it is focusing on easing of the procedure for farmer storage. So they are focusing on the storage of the things, and even they are going to register with this warehousing development and regulatory authority, and especially they will be for say period of 6 months, and they have to pay around 7% of interest rate per annum. So this initiative, it is like a simplified digital process, and under this process now farmers, they can get easy storage of their produce. And this digital intervention is poised to mitigate the distress sales, providing farmer with viable post-harvest storage options. So actually the problem which is faced by these farmers here is lack of proper warehousing or storage. So if they are not having proper storage, so they have to sell their produce at a very less price, right? So to avoid that, here government is trying to provide good storage system under this Eanupaj Nidi platform. I hope you understood like what is the main theme of this platform. And what is the objective? Objective is to ease farmers' warehousing logistics and even to help farmer in receiving the fair price. And which is the nodal ministry which is implementing this? That is Department of Consumer Affairs. And next one is Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Commerce and Industries, Textiles. So these are the nodal ministry which are implementing this platform. So what are the salient features? So this platform, it is like a simplified digital process, and this platform, it is going to ease the procedure for farmer storage at any registered WDRA, okay, that is Warehouse Association, for a period of 6 months, and the interest rate here is 7%. And even so this platform will integrate Eanupaj Nidi and Enam. So it is integrating this Nidi and as well as Enam, so that it will be enabling or it will helpful for the farmers to leverage interconnected markets, and even they are going to get like extending the benefits beyond this minimum support price of government. Okay, so in this way here, this will be helpful for doubling of farmers' income as well. And next scheme here is like PM Surj. So what is this PM Surj? It is regarding Rozgar. Okay, so our Prime Minister launched Pradhan Mantri Samajik Uttan Evam Rozgar Adharit Jan Kalyan. Okay, so PM Surj is nothing but Pradhan Mantri Samajik Uttan Evam Rozgar Adharit Kalyan. So actually this PM Surj is a portal for credit support. So here for entrepreneurs, you are going to get credit support, especially who are belonging to this disadvantaged sections of society. And if you see like details, so this portal will act as one stop point where people from these disadvantaged sections of society, so they can apply for and they can monitor the progress of all loan and as well as credit schemes already available to them. Okay, so they are going to get like monitoring and applying for the process of all loan and credit schemes. And this initiative that is going to help especially because it will provide some financial assistance, okay, directly to beneficiaries, so that there will be no middlemen and commissions. So there is entirely elimination of middlemen and commission, so that this initiative which mainly provides assistance directly to the beneficiaries. And the important aim it is to uplift the most marginalized segments of society. So we have to uplift this most marginalized section of society. So that is one important aim. And which is the implementing agency? Implementing agency is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and its departments. So they are the implementing agency of this PM Surj scheme. And next one is PM Namaste. It is also very important. Namaste stands for National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem. So this Namaste is focusing on one important theme, that is sanitation. So it is focusing on this sanitation. So if you see this objective, so it is focusing on ensuring safety and dignity of sanitation workers in urban India, as well as providing them sustainable livelihood to these workers. So early morning, if you are going on the roads in cities, you will see like especially in Hyderabad GHMC workers. So regarding that workers, so this scheme which is especially ensuring the safety and as well as dignity of the sanitation workers in urban India. And even they are trying to provide sustainable livelihood for these workers. And if you are talking about which are the ministries involved, so this is a joint initiative of Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So these are the ministries which involve, and this is a joint initiative of these two ministries. And which is the implementing agency? That is National Safai Karmachari Financial Development Corporation. So National Safai Karmachari Financial Development Corporation. So it is the implementing agency of this Namaste scheme. Clear? And now let us see some more important details. So if you see coverage, 500 cities. So 500 cities will be taken under this phase of this Namaste, and this phase will be implemented from the period that is 2022 to 2026. And what are the aims? So actually you know that if you have going through the newspaper every day, you will be seeing like sanitation workers' death, like many manual scavenging deaths which are still going on in India. So the important aim of this Namaste, it is zero fatalities, that is zero deaths in the sanitation work in India. And all sanitation work is performed by skilled workers only. And no sanitation workers come in direct contact with this human fecal matter. And sanitation workers, they are collectivized to self-help groups, and they are also even empowered to run sanitation enterprises. And even we have all sewer and septic tank sanitation workers. So now they are also having access to alternative livelihoods. So these are some important aims of this Namaste. And these are very important schemes that I covered, and in the next video also I will be going to cover other schemes, and I will be taking like the topics from the monthly wise, and I will be covering like very important topics, and I will be also going to give you the list of 100 important topics from current affairs where there is a high chance of getting questions. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you really like this class, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy, and please do share this video to your friends. Thank you so much for watching.